Gerald Prince Miller is set to be released from federal custody on September 11, 2024, after serving over 3 decades in prison. His incarceration dates back to the late 1980s and early 1990s, during which time he never provided information to authorities, steadfastly serving his sentence. Miller emerged during the height of the 1980s crack epidemic alongside his uncle, Kenneth Supreme McGriff. Together they led the Supreme Team, a formidable criminal enterprise that ruled South Jamaica, Queens with unquestionable authority, centered in the Baisley housing projects. At their peak in 1987, the organization was reportedly generating an astonishing $200,000 a day from crack sales. Miller, known as Prince, was the group's chief enforcer, a role that earned him a reputation for being both strategic and relentless. He understood that survival in South Jamaica required unwavering resolve, particularly in an environment where threats to his operations and loved ones were constant. Although never directly tied to any murders, violence surged around him until his arrest in 1990. By 1993, he was sentenced to 6 consecutive life terms for drug trafficking. Now, following 32 years in confinement, a federal judge has ordered his release. The words that often accompany his legacy, "Prem was the businessman, Prince was the killer," continue to resonate. His return may create ripples, particularly among figures like Bimmy, as Miller is expected to step into the spotlight with forthcoming interviews. The Supreme Team was a highly organized crime syndicate that operated in New York City during the 1980s with its stronghold in Baisley Park, South Jamaica, Queens. Kenneth Supreme McGriff and his nephew Gerald Prince Miller commanded this empire. Tomorrow, after more than 3 decades, Gerald Prince Miller will be released. With Gerald Prince Miller's release after more than 30 years, do you believe his return will reignite unresolved tensions within the streets of South Jamaica? Or has the legacy of the Supreme Team faded into history?